Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again this week with Hipther Talks, and this is a special edition, guys, because we are just like stepping away from the reporting we do on our podcast with blockchain, fintech, iGaming, and stuff like that. Then we are joined by the top 10 of our iGaming RunOff challenge we hosted on Strava this summer, and it's a pleasure to have them here with me. Even if not all the top 10 are here, but at least some of them have somehow made time to join us. So I will just do a quick roll call and introduce you guys to them. So we have Nikki Morgan. She came in 5th in the Women's Open. Hi, Nikki. Nice to have you here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Zoltan. Yeah, I'm very pleased to have come 5th.
Oh, that's good. All right, and you will see a screen where there are two people in there. That's Jana Bogataj and Christian Naveski. Jana came in 2nd. She won silver in the Women's Open, and Christian smashed it. He won the Men's Open with almost 1,000 kilometers. So hi, guys. Nice to have you here.
Hi from Ljubljana, Slovenia.
Thank you for having us.
A lovely place. You guys have a marathon coming up on the 20th of October.
Yeah, it's a 3rd weekend in October. So
we're both going.
Of course. All right, and you also see on the screen Heimar Lecht. Heimar came in 2nd in the Men's Open. Hi, Heimar. Nice to have you here.
Hey, I'm pleasure to be here. And yeah, I had no chance winning this thing.
All right. Hey. And now we have the winner of the Women's Open, Stefania Niculescu. Hi, Stefania. Nice to have you here.
Hi, nice to be here. Nice to see you.
All right. We also have Ineta Macienskien, the bronze, the 3rd place in the Women's Open. Hi, Ineta.
Hi.
And last but not least, Domenico Mazzola. He came in 5th in the Men's Open. Hi, Domenico.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Zoltan, for having me. I was kind of even like 3rd before I decided to go on vacation, and then I lost all the all the kilometers that I had accrued. But no, it was really fun experience. I enjoyed it.
Oh, you missed out, but don't worry. We got a surprise for everyone because we will shortly announce the next challenge for the October-March season, which is going to be even awesome. So, guys, before we dive into the questions, I just want to get to know you better because I do know some of you for a couple of years now. So just maybe give a short introduction for our audience so they know that you are just humans, not robots. So, Stefania, let's start with you.
Yeah, sure. It's always difficult to find words to describe yourself, but I think when it comes about me, I'm a very energetic person and I like to try different things, different challenges. I like to think about myself of being a very active person. That's the reason I'm into sports a lot. I like to try different sports and just you never know what might suit you, so I'm always up for a challenge and for trying new things.
So, Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I live near London. I work for Game On Marketing as in an account management role. And previously to that, I had my own business in staffing for about 15 years. So I've been around gaming a long time, but only 4 years on the PR and marketing side. And I'm lucky enough to talk to Zoltan quite regularly on collaborating on lots of different content. I am a busy mum and I've got 2 children and a cat. There you go. Very interesting.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much. Jana and Christian, you take turns.
Okay, hi, I'm Jana. I'm from Slovenia. I have only 2 cats, no 2 children. um, I'm 30 years old and I'm technical support team lead for a Bragg company. I've been working with Bragg for the last 6 years.
All right. Christian.
Okay. So I'm actually from Macedonia, but I'm currently living here in Slovenia. So at the moment we are in the facilities of Bragg. So it was kind of challenging during the period of the challenge because of the moving, and I changed my job positions, but we kind of manage it. So um, that's it for now.
Sorry,
You managed quite well.
I just want to add something, Zoltan, because so we were lucky that you were moving, because otherwise you have made probably double the kilometers.
Actually, there was a moving, there was a vacation in between, there was some injuries, so
Yeah, but still
I'm
1,000
coming on
kilometers.
the next challenge.
All right. So I guess you get accommodated quickly in Slovenia, because I saw that you were running the trails in the mountains nearby, so you now know everything.
Oh, actually, we were moving in Slovenia from one place to another because we're together.
Yeah, actually, I'm in Slovenia, I'm like 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, we
but
changed
we were
place.
moving, the place only. So, but it's kind of challenging because you're always on the road and you're going from here to there and transporting stuffs, then new environments. So you have to explore, for example, for running, you have to explore new tracks, especially for trail running. So
Yeah. All right.
but it's fine.
Thank you. Hey, Mar, what about you?
Yeah. Hey, so I'm Heimar from Tallinn, Estonia. I'm working at Telesign as a account director. We are in the user authentication verification space, helping companies to protect themselves and their users. Yeah, I'm currently in French Riviera, enjoying my well-deserved vacation, I'd say, after this awesome running event. And yeah, I have 2 dogs, 1 cat, and a wife, and I'm very, very excited to be here and to participate in the next event as well, because it did really push me. I never ran as much as I did over this summer, and I really enjoyed it. So,
All right. Thank you so much, Ineta.
Thinking now whether I'm more disciplined or hardworking, and this is where sports, especially running and biking, endurance sports, is helping me out to set my brain and to solve problems. Because with running, it's sometimes problem becomes only a task. So yeah, I'm a hard worker. I love challenges, and yeah, and I think that presents me well.
Thank you so much for the feedback. Domenico.
Yes, hello everybody. I am Domenico Mazzola, and after a good 10 years in the industry, I decided it was the time to start my own project. So I'm running Catoritech together with my business partner, and we do pumps, so player account management system for the industry. I'm a father. I have two kids, very demanding ones, a beautiful wife, and now I am training a little bit every day, just because at the end of October I have my first Ironman 70.3 here in Marbella. So let's say this summer was quite challenging, and I like what you prepared for us, Zoltan.
All right. So no pets.
No, 2 kids are enough for me.
All right. We have 2 dogs and 4 cats, so I trump everyone.
Yeah.
All right,
mine
so
are
guys.
here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're greyhounds. They are great running dogs. I mean, they're fast.
Yeah, you should take them on the run. So guys, just let's get started with this, because I'm interested, and probably the audience is also interested about when you first got into running or started your journey in sports, and was there a specific moment or inspiration that got you hooked to still keep going besides the challenge, of course. So Nikki, what about when did you get started with running? And
Well, firstly, I'd like to make really clear that I am not an athlete in any way. And I think there's probably lots of people that are in the top 10 that have done it their whole lives, and it's very normal to them. But I was heavily asthmatic at school. I never got chosen for anything in PE. I was always the last person standing there, not getting chosen, not sporty at all. And I started running after the birth of my first child. And I think I felt a little bit lost, a bit like I didn't really know who I was anymore. And rather than kind of giving into that, I thought I had to go and do something different. But it was really challenging, and I was shockingly bad. And my husband taught me to run, and it was run a lamppost, walk a lamppost. And it kind of progressed from there. And it took a really long time, you know, a good couple of years before it started to feel much easier. And I think that was the point when I was hooked, when it became easy and my mind could drift off and think about all these other things that I didn't have time for in the day. And that's the reason I love it so much. And I tell my colleagues all the time that I have some of my best work ideas when I'm out running, because I just have the quiet mentally to be able to consider those things. So yeah, that's why I do it. And I'm kind of championing all the other busy mums out there that it's just part of their lives and it's not their whole lives. But it really helps me to mentally kind of let go of all of the stuff of the day. So that's why I do it so regularly.
all right, thank you so much. This is some inspiring stuff you said there, right there. And then, just so you know, we all went through it. I started running 5 years ago, and I went through the same things, like lamppost to lamppost, then walking, and yeah, you just got to keep going, and you reach a certain point. Jana, Christian, all right. For Christian, we probably know he was running since he was a baby, right?
Not really. No, actually, I'm active for the whole of my life. I used to play football, so that was my only activity back in the time. So I started running in 2016. So that's the year when I ran first time, my first race ever with, I wouldn't say like without preparations. I used to prepare like 2-3 months. But my very first race was half marathon in Belgrade in Serbia, and I remember that I collapsed on that race, but I finished. Actually, I had a goal to finish it at 150 minutes, so I finished at 149 minutes 49 seconds, but I do not remember at that moment. So it's an interesting fact. Otherwise, yes, that's the year when I was start running, and after I find it interesting, like I started to run on asphalt, and after maybe 1.5, 2 years, I've started to explore the mountains and the nature in my country, in Macedonia, and it was just amazing. It was wonderful, you know, the nature. So actually, I've started hiking, but like you're going to hike at faster pace. So instead of hiking 6 hours the same distance, so you're going up to the peak and back for 2.5 hours, let's say, and it was perfect for me. And then I got interested more in the gear, in the shoes, and you know, then it's like a drug, so you want it more and more and to explore more. So I started loving
we know the feeling.
So then I started to love to run in or to be outside when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's sunny, and it's, you know, the nature. Every time the nature surprises you, it's different, and it's, for me, that's amazing, and that's why I got focused more on trail running. So it was up to 2020 that was the highest peak in terms of my shape. So then I moved here in Slovenia, so there was no running for me, no training, not a single training for more than 1 year. So I wouldn't use that word, but I totally fucked up my body and my shape and everything. And then now I'm back. I'm running for 1.5 years again, let's say, according to some plan, and 1 year only, let's say not only, but more than 90% trail run. So that's my focus for now, trail running. By the way, I'm going to attend on Ljubljana Marathon. I'm gonna run a marathon, but it's just for, I mean, to be part of the event. So, but mainly my focus is on trail running, and later maybe ultra races and ultra running.
No, congratulations for that. Jana.
Thank you.
So actually, first time I ran a 5K was in 2021 when the Corona hit. We have, like in Slovenia, we have this women run every year, which is only for women, and I attended because it was during COVID. We had to run like separately. Each just ran and like send the results from your watch
All right.
to the organizers. So I was really proud. And then after I started really running last year, in January, I started with fitness and running, and I got really good at it. But then I had an injury during firefighter practice, so it set me back like a lot. I couldn't even walk for a month properly. So now I'm starting to get back in shape and trying to run as fast as I can and getting better. Also, I only ran asphalt last year, but Christian bought me for a Christmas present a trail running gift. So we went in January to my first trail, 16K in Slovenia. So now I started running both asphalt and trails.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's some great stories there. Hey, Mar.
Yeah, so I had my first stint with running when it wasn't mandatory, because in school as a kid we always had to run, but it was always 1-2K. But anyways, it was 2014. I remember I was 19 years old and I got a little chubby because I was living with my friends in an apartment. We were drinking a lot of beer, and I was like, I had gained 10 kilos. I was like, this is not right. I gotta sort this out. So I picked up running like in the middle of the winter, in the southern winter, which means a lot of snow. And yeah, I kind of fell in love at that point. I lost this 10 kilos in only a couple of months with just running and lowering the booze intake. But I think like a year later, I started to get a lot of knee issues. So actually for years, I really couldn't run. Every time I went on a 5-6K run, then I couldn't walk properly for 2-3 days. Luckily, I sorted this issue out around when COVID started with gym, just strengthening the muscles around my knees. And now since I would say late 2022, I've been pretty regularly running, just doing it. I call it me time. So I always go around 6 a.m. on the workday, go have my run. There's nobody around. Usually it's dark, except during the summer, of course. And I just really enjoy it. And and I had my first marathon this year. It was Copenhagen Marathon.
Congrats.
Thanks. I really loved it because I did a half marathon in Tallinn last year for the first time, and I didn't have nearly as good of a time. It felt much harder. I wasn't as trained, just the energy and everything. So I kind of got addicted, especially after the marathon now. So I'm very excited to continue on this journey and keep it as a priority in my life for as long as I can.
Stefan.
Yes, so for me, I think I've always been active and tried different sports, different types of workouts, but nothing really stick to me until I became passionate about running. So last year I signed up for a local race. It was the first time I did trail running, and I was like, okay, this is surprisingly interesting. I enjoy it. It's nice. Because like I said, I like to take on challenges. After that race, I signed up for a half marathon because I said, oh, how hard it could be. Well, little did I know. So the longest distance I ran up until then was 7 kilometers, and to jump from 7 to a half marathon was quite the challenge. But for me, it was more about discovering mental toughness and, using my mental strength to push my body to keep going and actually finish the race. And I think that was the hook for me. In that race, I had a lot of time to think about why I'm doing that, how it feels like to run and to run long distances. And I thought, okay, this is enjoyable. After the half marathon, I was a different person, kind of. There was a mental shift, obviously. And I discovered that I like to try more challenges. Then after the half marathon, I signed up for an ultra marathon or a city marathon. So after each time, after each race, I discover something else in me, something I didn't know I have. And every time it's a mental shift. And that was the hook for me. And now I just run with every chance I have. Like every race I can find, I'm up for it. I like it. I like to take on the competition. I try to be in front when it comes to running, especially speed run or even long distances. But it's not only about what it does to your body, it's what it does to your mind as well, and how different you are after every challenge, after each race.
Wow, that's some inspiring story. Thank you so much. Inetta,
If I
why did
may,
you get...
yeah,
Yeah.
but like if I may, Stefania, what is your next challenge? I heard ultra marathon. Is
Yeah.
that it? Oh my,
Yes.
wow.
So the next race I'm going to do is actually this weekend. It's a short one, but it's a speed test, which I like, because in these short races you have to be fast, and there is power you discover in that as well. But I plan on doing an ultra marathon by the end of the year as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Godspeed.
All right, Inetta, what's your story?
Running was always somehow in my blood, but I was more of a sprinter. So during the years of school and university, I was always into power sports, into those that not anything but endurance sports. So when it hit me with work, after some time, I started running 5 kilometers. So Stefania said that her longest was 7. Mine for quite some time was up to 5 kilometers. I would speed up just to reduce all the tension, all the nerves, and just to calm down. Then I realized that I would like to try longer distances. So this is where I started running with a coach for 2 years now. And I discovered that like within like after 6 or 7 kilometers, as I mentioned, like problems becomes only tasks. So this is where I don't know, some emotions or something closes down, and the mind becomes more clear. So this is where I'm now practicing longer distance running, but far from ultra marathon for sure.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Thank you for sharing. Domenico.
Well, we go back when I was 6 years old, and I started playing football. So I started playing football. And at this age, the kids, they just kick the ball and do very few things. But then the coach started introducing something, which was running. And I hate it. So I decided to become a goalkeeper. And I played my whole football career as a goalkeeper because I wanted to avoid running. So I was still in Malta, and I was then I said, okay, let's get in shape, because you know how this iGaming life it is, especially if you are a bit in the commercial part and you go to events and you get to parties and then after parties and then
Everything is free.
It's tough. It's a tough life. So I was trying to contain, let's put it this way, contain the damages. But then the real switch came once we moved here in the south part of Spain, where we rented this house. It was near to the sea, so I had the chance to go running every morning by the seaside. And I totally agree with what Nikki said, because I was enjoying my running. I was getting off the steam of the work, and at the end of every run, I was coming back with several ideas, some bad ones and some good ones, but at least I managed to get inspiration. So 2 years ago, I decided to say, you know what? I'm going running every day. Let's do an half marathon. And this is also when you, Zoltan, helped me with the first training program. So I did the half marathon here in Torremolinos 2 years ago. I said, okay, let's go full marathon. So last year in December, I went to the full marathon in Malaga. Was a good experience. I learned many things, even though the timing was a disaster. But it's okay. But in the meantime, my brother started running again. He's fitter than me. I'm the smart brother. And then he came to the idea, say, these things, the brotherhood stuff. Let's do something together in 2024. Okay, what can we do? And then he sent me the link of the Half Ironman 70.3 here in Marbella. I say, okay, let's do it. And you know these things. So I said, okay, let's do it. So I decided to subscribe, and now I'm dying every day, many of the days twice a day. And I'm leaving this. I'm preparing for this conference. Sorry, for this race. So for me, again, running was something that I discovered quite late in my life. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm also lucky because here in the south part of Spain, I can go and run by the sea, but in like 10 minutes, I'm up to the mountains. So sometimes I also do the trail running, very short ones, because I really enjoy running the nature. It could be by the sea or it could be inside, surrounded by trees and birds, where there is nobody there. It's amazing, amazing sensation. So this is a little bit of my story, Zoltan.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. So my next question is, and the final question for everyone is about your experience in this challenge. Because to be honest, we launched this as a challenge to challenge myself during my training as well. So at least I had somebody to see if they are running longer than my runs. I came in second, by the way, but I did not add my stats to the leaderboard. So, Nikki, what was your experience like participating in this challenge, and did it push you in ways you did not expect? And most importantly, would you be up for competing again in our next challenge?
Well, first of all, let me start by saying I absolutely would not have been running longer distances than you. And I wanted to say as well that that's okay, because there's a place for people that don't want to run marathons, don't even want to run half marathons. You know, my normal training runs are somewhere between 5 and 10K, and that's fine. You know, you can work to whatever level you want to. And as you can see by me coming fifth, I've still managed to get the mileage in, but just doing shorter and, more regular runs. So there's that. I love the challenge. It came at an absolutely perfect time for me, because summer holidays is quite traditionally difficult, and I needed that accountability. And it was something that got me. I'd see everybody else's results on Strava, and I'd go, oh yeah, I can't skip that run, even if the kids are playing up or it's not the usual routine that we have. I need to go out there and I need to get it done. And I'd never used Strava before. I always used a different app, but it was really nice to see that community and to have people requesting to connect with you on there. And it didn't feel like I was so on my own, and usually I'm quite a solitary runner, so that was brilliant. And I'm representing all those mums that had a very busy summer holiday and were still getting it done and achieving. But I'm really looking forward to the next one, because traditionally I find it harder in the winter. The weather is not great in London. I mean, it's not lovely and snowy and crisp. No, it's just miserable. So having something, again, that gets me out of bed in the morning and making sure that I'm achieving those goals that I've set for myself is really helpful for staying on track.
All right. So we chose, by the way, Strava because it connects to multiple watches, because we know several have Apple watches or Garmin, and that's a platform where everybody can join in. So Christian and Jana, what about you guys?
It was really challenging for me. I pushed myself to the limits. I mean, I was running before, but this really gave me motivation to run even more. So actually, I did for the first time 70K in 1 week. I extended that streak to the 12 days. So I did 120 kilometers in 10 days, every day 10K. So I
Wow.
think I really pushed myself hard. And it was great because this Saturday I had race in Ljubljana, 10K, and I got under 6 pace, which I never got. So I think this base training, these kilometers, helped me with my speed now.
All right.
So, yeah. Thank you very much for that.
Christian.
Okay, so first of all, a big bravo for you, Zoltan, and I admire you really because of the initiative. And by the way, I'm interested about your idea. Before I answer the question, I'm interested about the idea to do such a thing like this challenge. So why?
Yes. So we saw during our conferences, we saw many people joining us for the morning networking runs. And during maybe like 5 or 6 conferences, we met many people. So we decided to create this club. And clubs only works if they are challenging and the members are active. And it was also a great way to see people get fit during the summer or be more active in their runs. And even some people just added their walks there. So yeah, this is something that's it's also a community of runners. And like I said, during our networking runs at the conferences, we saw people connect to each other and talk about runs and how they got started and stuff like that. So it's nice to see people just like connect like that. And the industry is big. I don't know the exact numbers, but probably there's over maybe 500,000 people working in the industry around the world. So the club can join, can grow. So we expect as many as people to join this club and keep this momentum going with the challenges every period of the year.
Nice, nice. Thank you. So about the challenge, now actually it was in my plan to run a lot, actually to build some base for the autumn races and for the second half of the season. So in my plan was to run like around 100K per week. So I didn't manage it, all of them, as I said, because of the moving and because of some manageable injuries and then a vacation. But anyway, I think, I mean, the challenge itself, it doesn't affect my motivation to run more and more because, I mean, I have like, I am competitive. So if Hamer had like, if he was close to me, definitely, I, I will, I would push probably, but it was perfect. So I think now I have a good base to add some work on my training. So to try to increase or to increase my speed actually. Thank
All
you.
right. So Stefanias.
I would definitely do it again. So I'm quite a competitive person, and I have to admit, I discovered this competitive side of myself in running. When participating in races, you obviously have competition. I like to learn from my competition, and that motivates me to become better as well. And with this challenge that we did, well, I competed with others, and that was very fun because I could see the rankings, and in our Strava group I could see how long some other people run, and that was motivating because I was like, okay, this is cool, this is inspiring, maybe I can do it too. And long term, I think it made me stay consistent with running and become more disciplined into my trainings and also into just this sport. And I can say that after this challenge now, if I don't run, it feels weird. I'm like, oh, I didn't go running today. I need to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
People
definitely
told
helps.
me, yeah. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, just like people told us that they are still looking at the club, at the
Yes.
leaderboards now.
Yeah, exactly. I did that as well. I was like, okay, it's finished now. But it's still nice to see because it's inspiring to run with the community. You kind of motivate each other, even if you don't even need to speak to each other. You see how long they run and that they are consistent, and that motivates you to stay consistent as well. And it's just the running community that I think motivates each other and you grow together. So that's very nice. And yeah, I like to compete in things, so it was very fun.
So you're looking forward. Maybe you can win challenge number 2 as well then. Ineta, what was it like for you to take part in this challenge?
I already heard 2 words that I had in mind. It's consistency and competition. So it was definitely the same for me. I was like, I was in Montenegro when I received the message that there will be shoes on the table. And I'm like, okay, guys, now we run. And at first I was quite confident. I was like on the 2nd or 3rd place. And I was really keen to meet Irma because she was my main competitor for the 3rd place. And even my mom would be like, did you have a run today? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, and what about Irma?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, for me, it was like, I don't know, I felt somehow not only competition between ourselves, but also like it's industry network people that you kind of meet somewhere. So it was also kind of, I don't know, poking each other like, okay, so Dominic run. Okay, so it's time for me to, it's already Tuesday. Why Stefania didn't run? Like, is anything happening? I'm going through her Strava, like checking out, is she fine? Because I saw that you had quite a big race. So I was always checking on everyone, not only to compete, but also kind of, I don't know, I felt closer to everyone. So during the summer, of course, there were times when there would be more cocktails in the evening or anything, but like consistency was really something that it was necessary to be in the top ranks for this community. So thank you so much for bringing like really running people, not only, you know, numbers who would participate.
All right. And would you compete again? So are you joining the next challenge?
Already there.
Already there. All right. Thank you so much. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, I think it definitely motivated me to run more than I usually was running. I mean, when I had my marathon training block, of course, my mileage did get up, but it was, you know, shortly and then drop again. But once this challenge came around, I saw like first 2 weeks that I was kind of up there. I was like, okay, I gotta keep this train moving. I gotta keep going. And yeah, it really, it did motivate me. I checked it maybe more than I should have, and did my, because I used to run maybe like 8 or 10K in my regular workday morning runs, and then half marathon-ish on the weekend. But then I thought, like, but if I do like 5K more, this run and that run, and so I just gradually started to increase the mileage to kind of keep it up. And yes, I know there was quite a bit of a gap in the end between 2nd and 3rd. So, but I still felt like I wanna get a bit closer to Christian than yeah, than it would have been otherwise. So it motivated me more than I expected it would, and I have a feeling it will be the same for the next challenge.
All right.
So,
One thing we also have to share that there were 8,300 kilometers in the club during the 3-month period. So that's quite nice, given the fact that there are 50 members there, from which maybe, let's say, half are very active. It was fun to see that in the weekend, the numbers were always like doubling in some cases because of the weekend long runs everybody is doing. Domenico, what about you?
Well, definitely, I would say that we should know some let's say engagement and gamification and competition mechanics as we work all of us in an industry that heavily uses these techniques. And I would say they work quite well because we ended up all of us checking Strava every day to see what the others were doing and say, I'll add 1 more kilometer today or 2 more kilometers today, and then tomorrow, hoping that will be enough. Personally, I will be very happy, and I will join the second phase as well. Unfortunately, considering all the money that I spent in the triathlon equipments, most probably I will have to keep doing that kind of races. So, Zoltan, I invite you to find a way to convert also swimming kilometers and bike kilometers into points for the next one, so I can add some extra points on my end.
No, we will probably have a second group for cyclists.
Mhm,
So you
mhm.
can add the cycling part there. All right, guys. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for taking part in the first challenge. And we look forward to seeing your kilometers and miles in the next one, which will reveal the next competition dates very soon. So everyone, just take good care. Stay injury safe, of course. Keep buying nice gear because that's all about. And yeah, let's catch up next time. Hopefully, guys, will be in top 10 again for the next challenge. Have a fun day, everyone.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.